You're listening to the PRO Media Network. The next level in entertainment.
Get ready. It's time for the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. Telling you everything you need to know about the Saints, Pelicans, and a whole lot more.
Welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. We have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sports talk from your favorite sports family. Once again, I'm Big Q and you're listening to Sports Coma, the #1 independent Saints podcast in the land. That's right. Coming at you. Podcast 366. We got some Saints news to talk with you. The Saints making moves, man, trying to improve the team, especially in the special teams area. Gotta respect them on that. They're using vision this time around, man. This in previous years, a lot relying on some of the top people in the organization, looking at depth, and if certain people were to go down, they're kind of hedging their bets. Anyway, we'll talk about the Saints inking 2 running backs, not 1 but 2, doing some due diligence on free agent guys. We covered that in podcast 366. Also, other news on the docket. We're gonna hit you with some players that they released to go along with the sign. These guys, of course, they hit their 90-man roster some time ago. Ben Watson, of course, the 4-game suspension news, we'll cover that. Gerald McCoy, latest news is we got him on the Saints watch. We'll give you his latest news as well. The Sports Coma question of the day is, what concerns do you guys have heading into the 2019-2020 season? Do you have any concerns of the current team as it stands right now? Please let me know and let the family know via the comment section. Hit us up, man. Let us know if you have any concerns that you would like the Saints to address heading forward. I know there's a lot of great people out there in the Sports Coma Nation, the Who Dat Nation, the Black and Gold Nation, the Black and Gold Mafia. I can go on and on and on, all these great Saints fans out here. But I've gotten emails, I've gotten comments about wide receiver is one of those positions, needing a man next to, of course, to our top man, Michael Thomas. You know, it's a few of them, maybe a defensive end behind Davenport's one of my favorites to get somebody. But, you know, what do you think? You let us know. And, of course, I'm going to read some comments from the previous Sports Coma question of the day, which was about Gerald McCoy. Do you think the Saints should go after him? I'm going to read the comments about that as well. Now, once again, welcome to show 366. That round of applause is to all of our new and established Saints family. Welcome aboard. And in this shortened show, we're going to go over it. Let's get right into it. Of course, Saints were doing some due diligence, man, looking at running backs, and they inked 2 guys today. One of the guys, his name is Matt Days, and, of course, Buck Allen. Now, Buck Allen is probably the better of the 2, more of an established backs, and the Saints were able to, ink these guys and bring them in. And, you know, the question is, you know, why would you feel like you need to do that? Now, of course, you know, we're going to address it. Now, the Saints didn't get Mark Ingram back. We know about that. We know they went with Latavius Murray, which I'm not mad about that. I do like Mark Ingram, but I feel like, okay, if I have to lose Mark, Latavius Murray is not a bad back to have to replace him. It takes 2 or 3 guys to bring the freaking guy down. Come on. I mean, he'll score. You put him on the goal line, the guy's going to get you a touchdown 99% of the time. Out of 100% of the time, 99% of the time, he's going to get you a touchdown in the red zone. That's Latavius Murray, a battering ram that takes 2 or 3 guys just to pull him down. But, you know, that's not the thing. The Saints are looking into the mirror here and they're saying to themselves, man, if Alvin Kamara has a problem, injury problem, what kind of team will we become without Alvin Kamara? That's the question, right? What kind of team will we be without Alvin Kamara? So the Saints, of course, addressing it via the free agent, the undrafted free agent market, or whatever's left over in the free agent market. And Days is one of those guys that they picked up, picking up Days and Allen. Now, a little information about Days. He's a former North Carolina State product who was a 7th-round pick by the Cleveland Browns back in 2017. Now, as a rookie, he played in 16 games, but had just 5 carries for 13 yards and 4 catches for 29 yards. Now, the Browns cut him back in the 2018 preseason, but he played 7 games for the Niners last year. He didn't have any offensive touches, but he gained a lot of special teams experience. And you know, in his time, now in 23 games, he made 10 special teams tackles, returned 19 kickoffs with a 23.9 kick return average. Now, 24 yards is basically a return, is a pretty decent rate for a guy. Now, he didn't get any touchdowns, but, you know, as you can see what the Saints are attempting to do, I don't think he'll help out in the running back room in terms of that's concerned. Who knows how Sean Payton chooses to lose his back. He's a kind of a scat back, smaller guy. You know, and, you know, you're looking at, I can see what they're trying to do. Like we talked about this the previous show, about the fact that the Saints are looking at addressing the kick return, punt return room. They are really seriously, aggressively going at trying to fix the kick return and punt return positions. Marcus Shrells, and I can go on and on and on. But not only that, but just the coaches. Remember, they reworked the whole special teams room, hired a new special teams coordinator, new assistants all over the place. They just cleared out the place, and now they're really seriously addressing it because they finally get it, is that if we can actually have kick returners that's solid enough to improve the yardage on kickoffs to get us not necessarily starting out at 25 or the 30, but perhaps get us up to the 40, how easy would it be for this explosive offense to score, being that they're closer to the midfield? Now, that little 15 or 20 yards will definitely help out. I mean, seriously, in the game of yardage, you know, of the field position game. Now, of course, Buck Allen is a former USC standout. He was a 4th-round pick by Baltimore back in 2015. Now, he had 54 games for the Ravens the past 4 seasons. He had 340 carries for 1,249 yards with 8 touchdowns, as well as 129 catches for 814 yards and 6 touchdowns. He also had 16 tackles on special teams, too. Now, what does this tell you? What's going on here? Saints obviously looking at addressing now. Buck Allen is a guy that more than likely will compete for, if he makes he's on the 90-man roster, it'll be a pinch for him to make it when the season gets close, as things get really seriously. But he got some good experience with him, you know, and we'll see just how well this will work. Now, you know, like I said, man, the Saints definitely looking for or trying to add people to kind of help out in behind. Let's say if something, God forbid, happens to one of our star personnel in the running game. Let's say Alvin Kamara, who has had injuries, who suffered injuries. This is the first time that he will be the lead back for the Saints in that role. Now, he does pretty much a lot. But if Alvin Kamara misses a stretch of games, what would the offense look like in your opinion? I mean, seriously, what would we become then without Alvin Kamara? So what would be the problem to have? Like, well, of course, you have Dwayne Washington, other guys behind him. But, you know, I've said this before the draft and after during the draft, before the draft, is that the Saints should see if they can try to find a guy that can kind of have a similar skill set to what Alvin Kamara brings. Of course, you ain't going to find somebody as good as Alvin Kamara, but somebody with that similar skill set so that you can kind of employ him to use him in a similar method so you don't lose nothing if Alvin is out of the game. You see what I'm saying? Because without him, you go to Latavius Murray and you become more of a north-south running game, kind of a traditional running style game where the Saints just use them at a battering ram and whoever they got as a third back and they can kind of mix it in. So, I mean, the Saints got a lot of things that they can employ, but I can respect the moves that they're doing, bringing these running backs in here. Now, of course, to make room for these backs, the Saints had to release a few people. They released 2 undrafted rookies, which was A.J. Olawet, who I was really interested to see what he could do based on the fact that he was one of the top running backs in college that made people miss. He was very elusive. So they released him. And of course, cornerback Jordan Wyatt was released as well to make room for Matt Days and Buck Allen, also known as Javarius Allen. Well, let's move on to our next topic, man. We're going to talk about now Ben Watson. Okay, big Ben Watson. Of course, Ben retired. He had 2 twins. He retired, had 2 twins with his wife, unretired, signed with the Patriots, and then he was hit with 4-game suspension And of course, he will miss the first 4 games of the season with the Patriots for violating the league's policy on performance-enhancing drugs. He said in a Facebook message that he underwent legal testosterone treatment as prescribed by his doctor in March, well before he decided against retirement and chose in May to play another NFL season until he considered himself unretired. Now, of course, the testosterone treatments as a method to help his body recover from 15 seasons as an NFL player. Now, the league administered a random drug test back on March the 29th. He received a letter from the league on May the 3rd saying that he tested positive. Now, this is his quote. He said, "I was devastated and for obvious reasons did not want to proceed. At that point, I knew that my decision to return to play would include a 4-game suspension, and I immediately discussed this with development with the club." And Watson, he decided May 9th to play another season with the Patriots. And the team decided to select, that's the Patriots, the same team that brought him into the league back in 2004, in which he played his first 6 seasons there before moving on to Cleveland and ultimately to New Orleans for his first stint. And then came back a second stint, had a pretty brilliant time with the Saints. Now he's back where he started from, hopefully trying to get another Super Bowl ring with the New England Patriots. But Ben is a stand-up guy. It's too bad this happened to him. But let this be take this in consideration, people, is the fact that these guys go through a lot. Playing all these years in a 15-something seasons of wear down on your body like that, and it's just really, it's a fine line of what you willing to do with your body and just to make the money. And it just behooves me what these guys do with all the damage that they do. All the stuff that they go through. Guys running into them at rapid speeds. I mean, it's a hard game. We enjoy it, but that's the ugly reality of it. Okay, moving forward in the Gerald McCoy news, of course, a lot of people wanted Gerald McCoy to play. The latest on him, of course, he is in Baltimore currently visiting with the Baltimore Ravens. Now, after that, he's supposed to move on. Now, there was comments about him dealing with the Cowboys. The Cowboys interested in him. The Ravens interested in him. Also, we've heard the Rams might be interested in him. We also heard the Saints might be interested. So the watch is on Gerald McCoy. Of course, I think the Saints will be a better fit. Him and Drew Brees are really good friends. And the fact that he'll be playing in the same division with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the team that did him wrong, and you play him twice to get some revenge. A 1-year prove-it deal, maybe 2 years. I don't know. Offering him maybe $8 to $10 million, but Gerald looking to try to get paid. And we'll see how that goes, man. But that's the latest on Gerald McCoy news. The Sports Coma question of the day is, what concerns do you have about the Saints heading into the 2019-2020 season? What concerns do you have? That means, are you concerned about Drew? Are you concerned about the Saints option outside of Michael Thomas on the other side in the wide receiver room? Or are you confident with the tight end position? Do you like your offensive line? Do you like your defensive line? Or you have any concerns about that secondary? How do you like the special teams? I mean, just comment, tell me and the family in the comment section, what do you think about all that is going on with the New Orleans Saints in this year going up to it? Now, like I said, man, the Saints doing a lot of due diligence, and I got the full chart before me, the entire updated depth chart, unofficial depth chart, 90-man depth chart right in front of me, and I'm looking at it. A lot of names I'm not familiar with on this team in terms of undrafted guys who the Saints really trusting on. And the obvious thing that sticks out to me as far as concerns is the backup defensive end position, because I like Davenport, but at the same time, man, I just don't know if I can really trust Davenport. Coming off those injuries, multitude of injuries, can he play a full season for you like a Cam Jordan? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of skeptical. I thought they probably would bring in, a more established pass rusher like a Shane Ray, who ultimately went to Baltimore. But behind him, you got to respect the mind that they did bring in Mario Edwards Jr. That's a guy that not many people talking about, because you like Malcolm Brown. You still got David Onyemata, who might be facing some stuff. Trey Hendrickson has to step up and show himself. A lot of people saying, hold on, Q, we got Trey there. But Trey hadn't showed me jack squat yet. I'm sorry. Only thing he showed me that he could play, really well in stretches, then get hurt. Play well, get hurt. He has to be able to stay on the field. And he's kind of starting to remind me of Haloi Kakaha, which is not a good thing. He flashing potentials but can never stay on the field. What's your best ability, family? What's your best ability? What's your best ability? Availability. Ability to be available to make plays, to stay on the field, and he was a guy that just is having trouble with that. Of course, people talk about Corbin Kaufusi. I don't know. Wes Horton is not an ultimate pass rusher. I do like Sylvester Williams in interior. Shy Tuttle is a guy that's interesting. Taylor Stallworth, more of a defensive tackle, but behind Davenport, that's a big question. I know about Carl Granderson and all that, but a lot of that's my most pressing concern is the defensive end. Now let's go to the comments from the Sports Coma previous question of the day, which was, of course, should the Saints sign Gerald McCoy? Of course, we had a few comments on it. Let me get this right. I'm sorry, my man. DRD Major Darite. If I messed it up, excuse me, my friend. Yes, we will be good. It will be a good asset considering we lost rankings 2 years ago. So, yes, he would make our D-line nastier. And could you imagine a locker room hype with him there since we've lost Ingram? Yeah, interesting. I think he definitely brings that veteran edge. Like I said, him and Drew Brees are really close. They're really good people, really cool with each other. And I just think it makes all the sense in the world. The thing is, can him and the Saints get together? And will somebody outbid him for his talents? He's looking to get paid. He was going to make $13 million in Tampa Bay. He's trying to get as close to that as he possibly can, possibly a 2-year deal. I don't know if the Saints willing to do that. I know that maybe $7 to $8 million, stuff like that. But we'll see in the end. Chad Prue comes in. What's up, Chad? He says McCoy is going to be out to prove something. He still has a couple of great years left. We need another pass rusher. And it doesn't matter what part of the line he comes from because we are one Davenport turf toe away from one pass rusher. That's true. That's what I'm saying. I'm concerned about the injuries dealing with Davenport, perhaps one of these undrafted guys. I mean, you still have a couple of guys there. I just think we should have gotten more of a, somebody that, not, it didn't have to be a great pass rusher, but what was wrong with getting Ziggy Ansah? I mean, Seattle got him for a song. I just don't understand, what risk, you could have spent a little money to get a proven pass rusher, but we'll see how that plays. Hayden L. What's up, Hayden? He said, I think we should. I mean, Drew Brees could play another 5 years if he wanted to, but I'm thinking he's going to play 2 or 3. I believe this year we should do everything we can to win. Big ups to Hayden L. DJ Austin, what's up, DJ? He says, I say maybe because, yes, we get revenge on his former team. Maybe he can win with the black and gold Saints, but we would have to sign him to a less deal. Yes, DJ, I agree with you, buddy. That is true. That's what I'm saying. He was making $13, $14 million in Tampa. Would he come and play for the Saints on a 1-year deal at $8 million? I mean, the man trying to get paid. You got Dallas, you got Baltimore, Cleveland. Cleveland got some money they won't throw at him, and Cleveland got a lot of money and resources. But he more than likely might take a backup role there. I mean, they got some really good defensive linemen up front for Cleveland, but we'll see in the end. Also, Sean C. What's good, Sean? What's happening, my friend? He says, I think if he passes the interviews and physical, we should. He's not young, but he's experienced. He's good for 6 sacks. That's really good. A change of scenery may wake up the beast. We have a great locker room. McCoy's experience will help tremendously toward putting a push to the championship next year. Pull the trigger. Yes, sir, Sean. We'll have a Gerald McCoy on the defensive line in the center. We have a big Eric McCoy on the center of the line on the offense. So McCoy's all over the place. Big ups. And then Fixer D Fixes says, I'm a fan of Gerald, but I think we should go with the young guys. I like Wes. He sucks, but he's better than Trey Hendrickson. Cut him either way. So thanks for the comment, Fix It. But that'll do it for the show. Thank y'all for joining us on the Sports Coma Podcast 366. Remember, if you like the show, please feel free to stop for a second, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, hit the notification button, hit any and every button you see before you share the show, man. Help us out at the Sports Coma. Thank you for listening. Peace to our black and gold family. We out.
Saints and Pelicans fan, so the only podcast I can get my fix is the Sports Coma with Big Q. The guy's intense, funny, and they always keep it real.
Check out the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
Embrace Pet Insurance is more than just pet insurance. Embrace Pet Insurance promises to provide genuine support and certainty when your pet need it the most. With personalized accident and illness policies, compassionate customer care, 24/7 access to veterinary professionals, flexible wellness plans, timely claims processing, and online customer portals, their values is what makes them Embrace. So, when selecting a pet insurance company as a partner in your pet's care, you deserve a company that has your pet's best interests at heart. Get top-rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Up to 90% back on bills at any vet, total protection, pet insurance and wellness, and dependable claims payments. Get the top-rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Go to embracepetinsurance.com. That's embracepetinsurance.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
Sports fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues, teams, and players you love, unique one-of-a-kind designs exclusively by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars shipped directly to your home. Join Fanatics Rewards for free to earn fan cash on every purchase. Shop now and for a limited time, get 20% off all orders. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
Hit the link below and rep the black and gold today. Who that? Do you need a domain name? How about a host for your website that can work with WordPress? Try Namecheap.com. They make registering, hosting, and managing domain names for yourself or others easy and affordable because the internet needs people. Namecheap is an ICANN accredited domain register and technology company founded in 2000. It's one of the fastest growing American companies according to the 2018 Inc. 5000, celebrating nearly 2 decades of providing unparalleled levels of service, security, and support. Namecheap has been steadfast in customer satisfaction with over 10 million domains under management. Namecheap is among the top domain registrars and web providers in the world. They offer a full selection of popular and unique domains along with fully featured hosting packages, SSL security certificates, WhoisGuard privacy protections, and more, all at the lowest prices in the industry. So if you need a domain name or hosting or anything else, think Namecheap.com. That's right, Namecheap.com. Check the description section below for link.
Follow the Sports Coma on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.